Hi, this is Karen with dakinegardenstuff, and today we're outside in the garden area, as you can see, and I'm going to be feeding up the worms both in the garden and worm garden. So right now we'll go ahead and feed, I trench feed, and yesterday or the other day I fed here, so today I'll feed here in this area. But before I do, I need to cut away these leaves. These are chard, I believe, or bok choy. I don't know which one. Can't decide. Anyway, let me cut those back and bring you back in. Okay, got a bucket. I've got to fill in or dig up the trench. Do this left-handed so you can see. There's lots of worms in here. See, I don't know what this is. I think I'll transplant. This. See what it is when it grows up. More worms. Some worms with every shovelful. There's another, I think this is garlic. Maybe I'll transplant that as well. Worms. I'd say the hole's about, I don't know, 6 inches deep. First, I put some shredded paper. Next, I don't have this all the time, but today I have some coffee grounds. So I'll put some in there. Don't have very much. Next, I have some coral calcium, just about a 1/4 teaspoon. That helps with just getting a little bit more minerals in there. And I have some pine bedding used for horses, but I don't have a horse, and I thought I'd use it as bedding in my inside worm bins, but it doesn't work so well, not as well as peat moss. So I'm just trying to use it all up. Next I have a gallon baggie of frozen, I don't know what's in here, it looks like orange peels and napkins and a squash shell, some onions, some innards of the squash. There's some seeds, so who knows if that'll grow or not. peels. Next comes, I have so much of this. It's pulverized eggshell, so I'm trying to use that up. Next I put some more shredded paper on. This just happens to be shredded office paper. But sometimes I have cardboard as well. And last but not least, I'll be putting in all the worms and stuff that I dug out. Make sure there's no worms on the inside. Alright, then I just put it back on, just like that. That's what it looks like from the top. Here's this. I don't know what it is. Let me dig a hole. Guess I'll put it right here. We'll see what it grows up to be. And where's that garlic? Here's that garlic. I'll just stick it in right here. Just so it's away from the trench, the place where I feed, it'll be fine. All right. Next, we're going to go on to that. Going next onto my worm garden. Go ahead and move the screen area. It's been almost, well, today it's supposed to be 91 degrees for it just being spring. It's pretty warm. All right, let's have a look on the inside before I dig. Now, if you remember, I know it's been a while since I showed this, but I put some worm chow, except it's not ground, it's still in its seed form. And these are all the plants that have grown from the seeds. I put it on top to help propagate the good microbes quicker, put more carbon in the soil, just make the soil and castings stronger. So what I do is I go from left to right. So you can see right here is what I did last, because there's no plants in it, obviously. And the next spot over, which is right here, it's about a 1 foot width. I will be digging this up, and I'll go ahead and do that right now. You can see there's a lot of gnats and stuff, but that's okay. We're outside. It's not the inside of my house. Alright, the first thing I do is I take the ground cover up. Sometimes I can see worms and sometimes I can't. Usually I can. Let's see if you can see the amount of worms that are in there. Now the only worms that are in here are the Louisiana swamp worms. I wanted to see how they would do, if they would survive the winter, and also if they will survive summer. Because as you know, in Las Vegas, it gets to be, there's some more worms. They're pretty nice size. It gets pretty hot out here. Last year, I think it was 114 for about, seemed like a month or two. But the worms in my other garden survived, so I don't know why these won't survive. Anyway, there's a lot more worms in here than I thought would be. So I guess they multiplied. Can't believe how many worms are in here. They multiplied during the winter. So there's that test, that they survived during the winter. And this bedding isn't very thick. It's maybe 6 inches. Worms, worms, worms. So nice to see. Okay. Let me stop fooling around. Oh, but I just love to see how many worms there are. And I see eggs. Cocoons. Like there's a cocoon right there. Bright yellow, so it's just been hatched. Or just been laid. Let me bring you up top to show you what I'm seeing right now. Okay. Oh, there's baby. Okay. Make sure you can see what I'm seeing here. I'm going to dig all the way down so you can see how deep it goes, which isn't very deep at all. Because we just started this over the winter. See this right here? I don't know if you could see it, but it's the fake grass. The fake grass that it was on, that this is on, and they can't go through the fake grass. It's too thick. Alright, so let me go ahead. Let me see if I can put this up here so you can see up top what I'm seeing. Take this glove off. Alright, here we go. Okay, I've got the camera reset up, but it's a little crooked, but that's okay. Alright. Just like I did on the other worm farm. I put some shredded paper down first. To build that up. Next, the rest of the coffee grounds. Got some coral calcium. The last of that. Some pine. And that should be good. Frozen foods. Looks like banana peels, orange, lemon. Oops, to get moved. Don't know if you could see because of the shadows here. Onion skin. This looks like asparagus, edamame. Shells, bell pepper. What is this? Oh, onion, lemon skin. Let me just press it down a little bit. Next is pulverized eggshell. Next, I put this back in. Put my glove back on. And I put the dirt, not dirt clogs, but bedding clogs upside down. There's a reason for that. Anyway, so the dirt side is up. Or the soil side is up. I don't know if you could see, but there's worms. There's worms right here. Oh. Probably can't see it, but let's see if I can bring them out here. Anyway, they're not going to be out here for very long. They're going to go down themselves. Okay. Then on top of that, I put the worm chow, which has not been ground up or anything. Just put a couple handfuls. Top of that, the last thing is I put, second to the last thing, the very last thing is I water it in. But here's the last layer. Okay, and then the very last thing that I do is I water, and I do water from the hose. Prior to this, I was doing it from the bucket with some mosquito dunks in it just to keep the gnats down. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but then again, I wasn't watering every day, and just got to be too much of a chore, so I just do it out of the hose. And as you can see from the worms that you've seen, they have had no harm done to them at all. And the plants are growing wonderfully. And there that is. I'm not going to show you me watering it because that's kind of silly. You know how to water from a hose. I don't need to show you that. And then after I water, since it's going to be 91 degrees again today, I will be putting the shade screen back on. So that I don't keep this going longer and longer, I thank you for coming on this journey with me. If there's anything else that you would like to see, maybe how I make my worm chow, or how do I grind it down, or I don't know, whatever else you might think of, I'd be happy to make a video of it and show it to you. And thank you for coming on this journey with me.